justice will serve. Justice will serve. And I will fight to the end, and this is not the end.
Now, this clip that I just played is a prelude to what happened in Jamaica, and I want to use it to explain what's going on with the murdering of women in St. Lucia. Let's go.
It's really traumatic, and it's sad that we live in a world today where women are preyed on this way. Women are violated and abused constantly and murdered, like cold-blooded murder.
Good day, my wonderful friends. It's me again, the great. One more great countryman. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and click on another video. Now, look at that right there. Justice for Alana. And, you know, I'm looking through my books and stuff, and I'm like, what do I need to speak about? I was gonna speak about Myron Messiah, and I was gonna speak about Big Pussy, Chronic Law, but then Countryman got a genius idea where I'm gonna speak justice for Alana. Yo, you see St. Lucia are one of the worst places for women violence. And you have these women groups and these government and these people sit down in St. Lucia, and when them kill the women them violently, they don't do anything. Listen, I want you people to listen to this, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna juxtapose a case in Jamaica where a girl get killed, and I'll show you what happened. Let's go.
The execution-style killing of a mother of three near her home has seared the community's consciousness. Alana Bernard, 28, was gunned down on February 11th in Corinth, leaving loved ones in mourning and her three children motherless. The tragedy has prompted an outpouring of grief and disbelief.
Now y'all listen to that, and listen to how violently that young lady was murdered February the 11th. You understand? And listen, it is a shame and disgrace that you have the women them in St. Lucia being murdered at this rate and going missing. As a matter of fact, look at this. Everybody see this case, and this is Cassie. You understand? And this young lady has been missing. It's going on over a month now, you know. And everybody know it's the baby father or the boyfriend. And for some reason, nobody is talking about that. And it just pains me to see the kind of treatment that women get, and that the police, I don't care, we have to talk about them. They're not solving any of these cases. Yes, they go, they get the drugs, the gun, you understand? But how many of these cases have been solved? Now, as bad as Jamaica is, I'm gonna show you guys something. This is a police boy by the name of Noel Maitland, and his girlfriend Donna Lee went missing about 4 years ago. Listen to the pretext of the case, and then never show the song.
Maitland, who has been on trial since May 2025 for the murder of his girlfriend Donnelly Donaldson.
I would never hurt my girlfriend. I did not kill Donnelly Donaldson.
Disagreements often arose regarding the mother of his child. On the night in question, he said an argument began after his child's mother called and later escalated over a photograph on the wall. He said he went to sleep, explaining that he usually ignores her. According to Mr. Maitland, Miss Donaldson woke him up and left the apartment on Tuesday morning. Addressing forensic evidence, Mr. Maitland sought to explain a tiny spot of blood found in his apartment. He said Miss Donaldson had suffered 2 miscarriages during their relationship, one of which occurred at his apartment, and that blood could have been transferred during sexual activity on the...
That was just a clip of what went on in court. Now, this police, look what happened to him in Jamaica. And I say that to say this. I'm gonna jump back to St. Lucia, and I'm just showing you guys a good friends in Jamaica how we deal with them kind of case here, and how St. Lucia do.
Police Constable Noel Maitland has been found guilty of the 2022 murder of his girlfriend Donald Lee Donaldson. He was also found guilty of the unlawful burial of a corpse. The 7-member jury, which consisted of 4 men, unanimously found the murder accused Police Constable Noel Maitland guilty.
But justice will serve. Justice will serve. And I will fight to the end, and this is not the end. Victory. We proclaim victory. God understands. He knows why he cries. He has been crying from day one. I don't understand why Noel Maitland did this. But God knows.
Now, let's get back to St. Lucia. We need some justice for Alana, and we need justice for Cassie, and we need justice for the other young lady then. Because for the love of Christ, I don't see any of these cases being solved like I just showed you in Jamaica. So I use that Jamaica clip, this just happened, as a comparison to show what is going on in St. Lucia when it comes to the young women then. The man them kill woman like flies in St. Lucia, and there is nobody standing up for them. Well, countrymen are stand up for you. Now, I want to play another clip from a St. Lucia interview with Dr. Venus Cherry, and this shit here made my heart jump. Listen to this.
And you having to experience this person die literally before you. And tell us about that experience, first of all.
Well, it's very traumatic. It made me feel really helpless, because when I got there and I saw this young lady on the ground, bleeding through her nostrils and her mouth, practically choking on her blood, there's nothing I can do. You know, all I could do is get on the phone and call emergency personnel, call the police to let them know what I'm witnessing as, you know, onlookers came.
Would you listen to how Mr. Dr. Venus Cherry described what he saw? This was a vicious and a heinous act they did to this young lady. Listen to Dr. Cherry some more and some of the stuff he's saying, and I agree with what he's saying. Then I am gonna come back, give my opinion, and wrap this video up. Let's go.
Just watch this person take her last breath. While standing there, you could hear her children screaming from her home, which was literally a minute away. It's really traumatic, and it's sad that we live in a world today where women are preyed on this way. Women are violated and abused constantly and murdered, like cold-blooded murder. You try to wonder what really goes into the mind and the heart of an individual to know you can drive up to someone and just take their life this way and go on your merry way and probably sleep like a baby. You know, who do we blame? Like, who do we lay blame on? Myself, can I do more? You, Stanley, can you do more? The government, the priest, the pastor, the parents? We blame all those people and we ask ourselves, what about the individual doing it? Do they not have a mind? Do they not have a conscience? Do they not think? Do they not feel? If their family is murdered that way, do they not suffer? Do they not feel the pain that I feel seeing a stranger? Someone I just know, I know a family, and I'm hurting that way. Do they not feel? I'm trying to think of the time frame between where you started before you got to this young lady to take her life. At what point did you think to yourself, this is right on every level? At what point did you tell yourself, I'm doing this? Like, at no point did you tell yourself, no, let me turn away, and who was with you? At no point did you all counsel each other? Because again, sometimes your strength is your friend. Sometimes alone you don't do this, but you have the strength, you have the backings of your friends and the support. And so these people are just as responsible as you that pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
And it's just sad. It's a young lady.
Some really sad stuff and some knowledgeable stuff. And when Dr. Venus Cherry talk about, I agree with everything. We need more from the government. We need more from the preachers that run these big churches in the community. We need the people them whose committees asked to take responsibility. We need the supporters of the women killer them to push them out. You understand? How can you have somebody around you that you know drive up like Mr. Sherry said and kill this mother of three mercilessly, murderously, about 30 seconds from her gate? You could hear her kids crying. What would take, what made somebody did something like this? I'm quite sure this girl is not a murderer. You understand? Which brings me to this picture right here. I want to look at this. Here, you have Alana with her 3 kids on the left. In the middle, you have the bottom feeder police boy, Maitland, found guilty of killing his girlfriend to the right. Now, I did this comparing to show that even though Jamaica is a terrible country with terrible violence and all sort of crazy stuff, this comparison proves that Jamaica has gone a step further in protecting women's rights. You understand? And in finding justice for women, as compared to St. Lucia, where we have all these cases upon cases upon cases. We have Riley, we have Nikki, we have Cassie, we have this, we have that, we have this girl Alana, you understand? And we have many more young women who's getting killed, going missing in St. Lucia, and I have not ever seen one justice. You have the famous one, Miss DeLeon, who her husband, our man, was a police officer. They said that killed her. He actually ran to Canada with his daughter and the case just disappeared. So with this I'm saying shame on the police, and get up and do the job and solve some of these cases. Listen, my name is Countryman.